Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another live stream of Sengoku Basara for Utage. Hello, Yukio. Yeah, we're going with Lord Ham, Lord Shingen. That's what you call him in German, right? I actually streamed this playthrough yesterday morning. However, since the power got cut off for 1 minute, so yeah, the stream ended abruptly, and I want to do like each character from start to finish in one stream. That's why I'm re-streaming this playthrough of Takeda Shingen. So yeah, we're not starting off with level 1, we're starting up with level 36 because of yesterday's gameplay. Hopefully no more interruptions this time, and yeah, I really love how they did Shingen in this game. They definitely improve him from Sengoku Basara 2, especially the fact that you can do all, or at least 5 of his special attacks without ever exchanging them in between battle, like in Sengoku Basara 2, where you can only apply 2 special attacks. Now you can use all of his 5 or 6 special attacks at once, and he has this unique combo called the Fu-Rin-Ka-Zan combo. So I'm gonna show that a little later. So yeah, without further ado, let's get started. The German nickname for Lord Shingen, yeah. Is my voice and the game audio clear enough? Please let me know.
Toki wa Sengoku, chi wa Ransei. 誰もがすさみ、奪い合い、倒れゆく世の中にして最も熱く、たくましく、活力に満ちた時代。今、無数の英雄たちが意志のままに刃を取り、一つの頂を目指す。選ばれるのはただ一人。
Hai Atrada, selamat datang di Inuyasha, selamat belanja.
病で腕が鈍っておるわ。一つ諸国の猛者ども相手に試させてもらおう。
I call him Red Bull, not sponsored. Alright, so let's start with Kenshin, like usual. I already got the best weapons for him anyway, so we're just gonna use that. No, I'm gonna use the non-elemental weapon. Then I'm going to use his elemental weapon, which is the strong one. The stronger elemental weapon. I was able to run Sengoku Basara 3 Utage on RPCS3, and good lord, I am really happy I can do that. I mean, I can run Basara Force Monarchy, now I can run Basara 3 Utage. Like it is definitely the better version between the PS3, between this one and the PS3. PS3 easily is the better version. Not to say this one is bad. I think the Wii version of Basara 3 is really good. But playing Basara 3, the superior version of PS3 is really satisfying. Just a little bit to 1,000 subscribers, absolutely. Let's hope I can get there before the year ends. Like, I've been doing YouTube for 3 years now, and I'm actually still working on my 3rd anniversary video. Turns out the video is really, like, the script that I did was really long. It's around probably 12 to 13 pages right now, and I still haven't I touched a bit of editing for that video, but I haven't like did a lot of recordings for my voice and also the game footage. It's gonna be one long video. I do realize as well that Shingen's normal attack are slightly altered, which I would say this is the better version of Shingen's normal attack compared to his previous versions. The one thing that I kind of wish, and I've said this multiple times already, I wish everyone made a comeback in Basara 4, including characters like Honganji Kenyo. And Since Shingen has a different normal attack, you can give the old normal attacks to Honganji Kenyo. Let's go helicopter. Yep, here we go. Helicopter, helicopter.
笑顔で挨拶したら見逃してくれるかな。
Kaze Gotoku. Or Kaze no Gotoku, like a wind. Ki no Gotoku, like a fire. Is there actually a new Basara game in development? No. There is no announcement of a new Basara game. The last Basara game that we got was a mobile game that came out around 5 years ago. If we're talking console games, the last true Sengoku Basara game was Sengoku Basara Yukimura Den that came out in 2016. Ah, there you go, the Fu-Rin-Ka-Zan combo. Fun fact for those of you who don't know, Shingen's voice actor is Ginda Tesho, who voiced Kaido in One Piece. Yeah, this guy is Kaido. Shingen makes an immediate recovery. Hello, Extert. Welcome to the stream. Wait, there's a Basara on mobile? Yeah. Capcom shut down its service already. The servers are not available. Yeah, there used to be a Sengoku Basara mobile game. Capcom also shut down the servers for Mega Man X Dive. However, Mega Man X Dive is now fully available offline. Which prefer? Oh, so you prefer Mega Man X Dive as an offline game. Understandable. I haven't played Mega Man X Dive though. Some of my friends have. Ah, yes. I know some Discord server members of mine told me he doesn't like the fact that Mega Man X Dive is now an offline game, mainly because there are some cool features that are missing because Mega Man X Dive became an offline game. I bet none of those games until 2016 came outside of Japan. Now, here's the thing about Japanese games. I've mentioned before, I've played a lot of Japanese games since the PS1 day. Now, here in Indonesia, especially during the PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2 era, there were a lot of pirated games for that system. It's insane. Like we mostly got our games for PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, including myself, by the way, pirated. So because we got pirated games a little bit more often here, we also got games where they are exclusive to certain regions, like Japan. So we got like both the NTSC games and as well as PAL games. Now that's why I've played a lot of Japanese exclusive games, because we here in Indonesia used to get pirated games for PS1 and PS2. And Sengoku Basara 2 Heroes was one of them. You can consider it as a privilege as well that we got a lot of like I didn't realize until now how privileged I was when it comes to video games back in the day.
体の調子は完璧じゃ。己でも恐ろしいくらいじゃ。
Like, we got a lot of shit here. It's insane. Now, ever since the PS3 era, pirated games have been a little more difficult here. That's why not a lot of people played console video games anymore, because they're used to buying 5,000 rupias PlayStation 2 games, and then when the PlayStation 3 comes out and piracy becomes a lot harder, they're quite surprised that video games cost like 500,000 instead of 5,000. However, we still get our fair share of Japanese games during the PS3 era, because there were some, if not a lot, of imported games from Japan that came to Indonesia. Basically, us Indonesians, when it comes to video games, we're quite privileged. We got a lot of them. We have a rich library here. But personally, oh wait, let's go to Kasuga first. The stripper ninja. Hello, Kizuma. Peace be upon you as well. Hello, JK14. My opinion on Summer Wars 3 XL, I play Summer Wars 3 Z instead. It's basically Summer Wars 3 XL, but on the PS3, the better version. Who's that woman? Kasuga. Where was I about pirated games? Yeah, we got a lot of shit back in the day. Like, after growing up right now, I can't believe that. So, like, I met a lot of friends online who are like from outside of Indonesia. We here have a lot of shit when it comes to, or we have a lot of things when it comes to video games and anime. We also have like American cartoons, and some of them were very surprised that the amount of anime I used to watch back in the day, as in like there are a lot of underrated animes that I watched back in the day that not a lot of people outside Indonesia in my Discord community knows of. Even as a gamer, so I want to talk my like personal experience as a gamer back when I was a kid. Growing up, I realized one thing is that I should be really, really grateful with the things that I have right now, and even back then. So, let's talk about consoles first. The first console that I have was the Sega Mega Drive, or the Sega Genesis in the West, or what they called that system. Now, Sega Mega Drive was what I have. Well, two of my first games were Sonic the Hedgehog and Streets of Rage. I owned a Sega Mega Drive. From what my dad told me is that I owned that console when I was 2 years old. I owned a Sega Mega Drive, and then I got a Game Boy when I was 3 years old. I got a Super Nintendo as a 4th birthday from my grandparents. Super Nintendo and Sega Game Gear. Like, I was like well equipped when it comes to video games. I'm not gonna lie. Back in the 90s, that is. Then I moved to Australia, and then we bought a Nintendo 64. Yes, I have. When it comes to TV consoles, I used to have Sega Mega Drive, Super Nintendo, and Nintendo 64. For portable console, I used to have the original Game Boy, as well as Sega Game Gear. I played more of the Game Boy than the Game Gear because how the Game Gear drains your power like crazy. So we came back from Melbourne to Jakarta, and when I was in grade school, we got a PlayStation 1. And then when I was in 6th grade, we got a PlayStation 2. We sold the PlayStation 1 to get a PlayStation 2. PlayStation 2 was my last console. Ever since then, I started moving on PC gaming. I owned like a crappy laptop for college, and that's where I mostly played my video games. And that is until I bought a PC. Right now, I'm playing on my gaming PC. And hello, random black guy. I play on my gaming PC, and I also have a Nintendo Switch that I bought with my hard work earned money. So yeah, when it comes to video games, at least like I skipped the PS3 era because I didn't own any PS3 era consoles, whether it's PS3 or Xbox 360. I bought a Switch last year. Well, if it's last year, you might think it's like if I bought that last year, that means I bought it during the PS5 era. So I skipped the PS3 era and the PS4 era altogether. But now I can enjoy PS3 games on my PC. So yeah, when it comes to video games, I was quite privileged. So I talked to some Indonesians, other content creators, especially VTubers here. We're a small community, but we get along quite well. So I talked to some other content creators in this community, in the Indonesian community, and I talked my gaming experience. So yeah, I used to own these consoles, and like, dude, you are rich. No, I don't feel like I'm rich. Like, I didn't grow up in a rich family, but I would say it was quite fulfilling. Our families are quite fulfilling, and there's a yes. I'm glad I have that privilege. This is not me trying to brag, but I'm just gonna say that we were quite fulfilling as a family. Okay, we had some hard times. Again, we're not so rich, but we're not so poor as well. We were fulfilling. I was fulfilling. Like, I was privileged enough to experience a lot of things when I was a kid, and I feel like growing up in that environment actually made me more grateful to what I have. It actually, like, it's not teaching. Like, my parents never taught me to be vain. You know, to be, how do I say it? To be vain or to be to live the lavish life. No, if anything, my family always taught me to be humble. But growing up with a fulfilling life, when it comes to like all of your needs are fulfilled and wants are fulfilled, I've never in a position where I feel like I have to live a privileged lifestyle. If anything, because I've experienced a lot of things back when I was a kid, as a teenager, and now grown up as an adult, it gives me a perspective of gratefulness. And also, like, if I'm fortunate, like, here's the thing, if I'm fortunate to have something, I will be grateful for it. If I am not fortunate, I would be patient of it. That's what eventually my family told me. So going back to like this Indonesian community, they were quite surprised that they thought I was a rich person because I used to play these consoles, like owned these consoles a lot. Well, most Indonesian kids, even until today, they played like PlayStation or consoles in a renting cafe. So here we have what we call the rental. Yeah. So rental, basically you play PlayStation or you play consoles in rent, but you don't take the games at home. You play in like in that cafe. It's like an internet cafe in a way, but it's for video game consoles. Like you pay to play video games console for an hour or two or even more, but you play in that cafe. You don't bring it at home. That's what rental is. It's like an internet cafe, but it's for video games. Hello, Nyotengu, welcome. Do you ever realize how old consoles goes extinct? Like, it's hard to find. I mean, it is what it is. Like, it's old technology will die down. Old technology will have its age, will die eventually. That's why emulators exist, to preserve these classics. I'm doing good. Good for you, Nyotengu. Good for you. Hopefully, everyone is doing good. So yeah, I just kind of want to share. I just want to share my gaming experience. This is like, I know this is like supposed to be a video game stream, but yeah, being humble and thanking God is always a good thing. You are right. It is. I know this is supposed to be a gaming stream, not story time with Profar, but then again, I love story time with Profar. Hello, Comic Dragon. Hello, Brandon. Welcome to the stream. Yes, Fu-Rin-Ka-Zan. And we're starting off with Uesagi Kenshin. Alright, Kaido versus Toshiro.
いざ客人たちに永遠の眠りを
軍神が来たついに現れたか我らでは勝ち目なし
Alright.
夢見しままに訪れた約束の日
Summon a meteor shower.
私の輪郭がよみ
And it destroys the frame rate. Kaze no Gotoku. Right, let's do it again. Kaze no Gotoku.
往々にして悲劇
I'm gonna do the Fu-Rin-Ka-Zan combo. Where's Kenshin?
体の調子は完璧じゃ己でも恐ろしいくらいじゃわい
私は根性の軍師
Oh, darn it.
熱き御霊なく存在し得ぬもの
Alright, here we go. Fu-Rin-Ka-Zan combo. Kaze no Gotoku, like a wind. This one is Yama no Gotoku. It means like a mountain. This one is He no Gotoku, like a fire, and it kills him.
戦に口
Hello, Hunter. That moves does massive damage to the frame rate. Yeah.
幸いか
Summer Wars 3 is definitely one of the hardest.
わしがなすべきただ一つ熱き魂の宿りし一撃ひたすらに放つべしこの身朽ち果て荼毘に伏すまで
At least your story times are better than most other streamers. Thanks, Brandon. I heard Gravy say Summer Wars 3 is the hardest, and for some reason he did not put Summer Wars 2 on the best Musolis. It is what it is. It's his opinion at the end of the day. You can bend anything, but there's one thing you can't bend. Anonymous. Yeah, I know, Sex Gravy. I mean, he does he does make really good content when it comes to like reviews of Muso or Muso-like games. I noticed in that generic line about Kenshin appearing, the Japanese script refers him as the war god, where the dub mentions him by name. Yeah, he has. So Shingen has. Hello, Smiley. Good day. So Shingen has Kaze no Gotoku, Hi no Gotoku. So yeah, Kaze no Gotoku means like wind. Hi no Gotoku like fire. Yama no Gotoku like a mountain. What else he got? He got Ikazuchi no Gotoku, which means like lightning. And the deplete and the filling the Basara move by depleting his health move. I forgot what no Gotoku. I'm surprised he doesn't have Ryuga Gotoku, like a dragon. For every one thing he does right, he also does two things wrong. It is what it is.
Dore, まずは序の口、小手調べじゃ。
Yeah, Genda Tesho, the voice of manly man in anime. Alright, who are we facing next? Let's fight Anigakoji Yoritsuna. And let's use his elemental weapon. His recent Basara 2 video was hard to watch, but I digress. And hello, Orochi97, welcome to the stream. I mean, there's always an option, Brandon, to watch something else. No, if we go all the way just ranting and bitching on every single thing, dude, I don't want to lose hair that quick. By the way, I don't want to lose hair quick. That's why, at the very least, I tried to stop bitching and complaining too much. You can give some criticisms, but at the end of the day, just make it fair. Do you play any Japanese game on mobile? I don't really play a lot of mobile games. No. Let me take that back. I don't play mobile games, period. It's not my kind of game. Probably the only time I would play mobile game, it's not necessarily a mobile game. It's more like a game I played on my mobile phone. It's probably PS2 or PS3 emulator. Like if I want to play Sengoku Basara on the go, I probably download Aether SX2 or Dolphin on mobile, then get Basara 2 Heroes and Basara 3 Utage. Oh, he's a Giga Chat. Great practice, less stress, absolutely. Like I used to overly bitch back in the day. Not even a long time ago, a year or two ago, even earlier this year. I used to bitch a lot. But you know what? I don't want to get. I don't want to lose hair that quick. In fact, I don't want to lose hair at all. That's why I like, if you see me on Discord lately, I've been telling people I do not want to see non-traversies in my server, as in like, for example, you know the controversy in regards to gender pronouns in Starfield? I said, dude, I don't want to see that because it's literally just it's a non-traversy, not a controversy. It's just going to spark endless debates. I played DMC in this channel, DMC 3 and 4. I played Hi-Fi Rush. I love Hi-Fi Rush. Need to play that again. Shingen's a Giga Chad. Facts. Shingen's a Giga Chad. And he's voiced by Giga Chad, Gendate Show. Gendate Show is the voice of Giga Chads in anime. First you have Kaido from One Piece, you have Umibozu from City Hunter, you have Toguro. He voiced Toguro, younger Toguro in Yu Yu Hakusho. He voiced Shenron in Dragon Ball Z. Oh yeah, he also voiced Batman in the Japanese dub of Batman the Animated Series. Boohoo no Rukia ass in the anime. Yeah, people just like... I've seen that controversy about Rukia's ass not showing, or another I won't say controversy, I'd say non-traversy. Some Bleach fans were complaining that they didn't have the Yoroichi Orihime boob scene in the anime. Dude, stop thinking with your dick for once. Yamano Gotoku. Man not only drink Red Bull, this Red Bull can fight. Like, I give an example when I used to shit a lot. I'm sure all of you, when you were still, like, if you're a long-time viewer of mine, I used to shit hard on Chris Gildart. Now I'm cool with him. Like, I speak to him often in regards to certain things, especially Muso games on Discord DMs. It's just that I gave up on shitting people right now. And I'm trying to give that up permanently. It's not healthy mentally and also not healthy physically. Lol, the anime is trying to take things a bit more seriously, so glossing over stuff is welcome. Yes, Bleach, the anime. Good for your Profar. Not many people can recognize their bad habits and implement a plan to fix them or get better. Yeah, I mean it is part of life work. It is part of everyone's arc. Well, I do believe the first thing to improve yourself is recognize your mistakes. Recognize your mistakes, and because like if you realize what mistakes you have made back in the day, like, and then you try to better yourself, I mean that's a good thing. Now here's the thing, let's say if someone tries to this is just a what if scenario. If someone wants to slander me by saying I'm a dick for what I do back in the day, here's the thing, I'm not going to double down on what I did back in the day, but then at the end of the day, it's back in the day. Like 1 or 2 years ago, I probably said some cringy stuff, or let's say if people wanna say I'm an asshole towards Chris Gildart 1 or 2 years ago, but then by all means, go ahead. And here's the more interesting part. If someone wants to say I'm an asshole towards Chris Gildart, you don't need to do that. I already said that to Chris Gildart himself. What are your thoughts on Dragon Ball Super anime teaser? I'm not really invested in Dragon Ball Super. I heard, by the way, speaking of anime, I heard there's gonna be a Fist of the North Star new anime to celebrate the 40th year. I don't know if it's a remake or something, but I heard Fist of the North Star is getting a new anime. It's crazy that this year, when it comes to anime, we have Fist of the North Star coming back, or like reportedly coming back. Kinnikuman is reportedly coming back as well, another 80s classic, and right now the new City Hunter movie is out. The 80s called, and they want their anime back. City Hunter movie is out. Unfortunately, it's not out yet here in Indonesia. If it's out in our cinema, I'd definitely go watch it. I'll buy an M&M and I'll watch that movie for sure. Hey, speaking of Fist of the North Star, here's the man, the myth, the legend, Sega Saturn no Ken. New Fist, hopefully no weirdo. What do you mean no weirdo? What do you mean no weirdos? This year, a lot of, not a lot of anime. Some animes got good remakes, like Rurouni Kenshin. Imagine if Basara 4 brought back Shingen's giant pinwheel weapon from the PS2. That would have been great. Tidak bermain MK1, Mortal Kombat 1, halo Didit. I got the game, but I didn't pre-order the premium access to get it early, so I already got the game. I'm waiting for the game to be available this Wednesday. Baru hari Rabu bisa aku mainin karena aku pre-ordernya yang normal, bukan yang premium. Hokuto no Ken, but Rin no longer exists. Like modern humor and that cutie garbage stuff, hopefully just straight Hokuto no Ken. I don't even think cutie modern anime stuff would fit in Fist of North Star, unless it's a comedy show. Speaking of girly girl anime shows, I have a fair share of like girly shows that I watch, and I actually enjoy. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I enjoyed those things. Some of the like good girly shows. For example, I'm not too familiar with, but I do watch a lot. I do watch a bit of Sailor Moon back in the day. But when it comes to like girly girl shows, I watch Card Captor Sakura, and I watch Tokyo Mew Mew just because my sister was a big Tokyo Mew Mew fan. That's for anime, for Western cartoons. I watched a lot of Totally Spies back in the day. You heard it did when MK won, so you can show you're the best. Kenichi? No. I'm not sure what anime it is. So we watch a lot of anime on Discord. Brandon been showing Rurouni Kenshin and Jujutsu Kaisen, and I've been revisiting Inuyasha. Oh yeah, that's okay. Speaking of Inuyasha, that's one of the reasons why I get along with Chris Gildart lately, because we're both Inuyasha fans. It's a martial arts anime. I see. I'm not familiar with it. I used to wear a Mercury Sailor Moon dress while watching the show. What, Hokuto no Ken? It was only a time I feel like a real schoolgirl. Wait, wow, so you watch Hokuto no Ken with a Mercury Sailor Moon dress? Dude, you should stream that. You should stream a game wearing a Sailor Moon outfit. Hinako no... Oh yeah, Bleach. We also watch Bleach. I won't stream that, man. Why not? It will look cool at least. I love slow ass Shingen. Me too, Graham. Welcome. I don't have that dress. Lol, if I did, I probably would have. Yeah, so speaking of which, Inuyasha, yeah, well, we both are Inuyasha fans. Well, he's more of a Ranma guy because he likes Rumiko, Takashi Rumiko. He's more of a Ranma guy, I'm more of an Inuyasha guy. But it's Rumiko nonetheless. Which, that reminds me, I need to go back to Urusei Yatsura. Another anime remake from the 80s. With his charge attacks. I don't know which one is more broken, Shingen or Hideyoshi. Tarakatsu. That's your answer. Rurouni Kenshin was good. Inuyasha is your least favorite Rumiko work? Why is that? 3-man, yeah. I kinda like this boss gimmick. Guy on Vietnam. Alright, let's do the bull charge. Kagero no Gotoku.
空飛も寝てばか病よりも退屈で死ぬところじゃったわ。いただく。
Tarakatsu may have Tarakatsu doesn't count. Tarakatsu may have shit for accuracy, but if he's agile compared to Shingen, well, he has the boosters as well on his back, which makes him more agile. Dude, I would love for Kenyo to come back, by the way. As I said in the Kawanaka-jima Tundra stage, Shingen's normal attacks are slightly altered from his Basara 2's normal attacks. Like, if he has this, you can just give Kenyo his Basara 2 normal attacks, considering Kenyo is a clone of Shingen, Basara 2. At least for the normal attacks. So far, no new updates for MK1, just checked out. Hopefully they fix it. They fix those issues in the official release date. Like a shadow or like a lizard?
ただ一つ熱き魂の宿りし一撃ひたすらに放つべしこの身朽ち果て荼毘に伏すまで
His victory pose is so powerful, he summons a meteor shower. Like a shadow or like a lizard? I'm not sure. Katsuko? Who's Katsuko? Graham, you still haven't answered my question there. I just like to know your thoughts. Why is Inuyasha your least favorite Rumiko manga or anime? I know, like, so I know Rumiko have 6 works. The first one is Urusei Yatsura. The second one is Meisen Ikoku. The third one is Ranma. Inuyasha is the 4th. The 5th one is Rine. And the 6th one right now she's working on is Mao. On the festival stage. For Rumiko works, Inuyasha is my favorite. Second would be Urusei Yatsura. I did watch Ranma back in the day, but I wasn't too invested in it. Maybe if I revisit Ranma, I would like it more. More like what that mouth do. I felt middle of the manga. It stretched longer than it should have. Inuyasha isn't a series that felt it should been that long. Okay, I do hear that criticism often. I will say this. First of all, by design, I feel like Inuyasha was designed that way to be that long. Okay, whether you think it's good or bad, or you like it or not, I think it's one, it's as intentional as Rumiko would want it to be. That's number one. Number two, personally, I'm not too bothered with how long the show is. If anything, I love that the show is long enough, because it's a personal bias of mine. I would say it's a personal bias. I love the story of Inuyasha, and like the whole world building, the whole concept of Inuyasha. I really like that the story was stretched that long, and I don't even think that it's too long. That's just me. Sure, some things can cut off, but considering the popularity of the story itself, I do understand why Rumiko planned to be that long, because from what I've gathered, a lot of Japanese, especially female audience, love the won't they story between Kagome, Inuyasha, and Kikyo. So Rumiko decided to stretch it out. Whether you like it or you think it's good or not, it is what it is. I personally like the fact that it's that long, because outside of the will they, won't they that constantly goes on with Inuyasha, or like Inuyasha constantly fight Naraku and his goons, to me, I have a personal bias to that story, because at the very least, it's even if it's long, at the very least, it's consistent from beginning, middle to end. There are some parts in the middle that I find it really, really good, especially the Band of Seven arc, where Naraku is still involved, but you actually fight the Band of Seven, Bankotsu and his gang. That was probably one of the best arcs, you can say, the best arc of Inuyasha in the middle. Somewhere in the middle until the final act, yes, it's kind of slowed down, especially the Hakudoshi arc. I do have some legit criticisms. I don't like Naraku being treated as a jobber, and especially after the Band of Seven arc where he gets a power up. I don't think he should be treated as a jobber. Like if Rumiko had another strong Naraku incarnation or another strong villain to fill up an arc villain outside of Naraku, that would have been good. But it is what it is. Alas, yes, there are some problems, but I personally don't mind it being that long, because at the end of the day, I find the story consistent, and I love the themes and concept of Inuyasha itself. That's why I don't really bother that much with how long it is. You know what they say, one man's trash is another man's treasure. Like, if you think that's trash, it's my treasure. Kagome took me a while to like. Yes, Inuyasha destroys Zoomers and people with ADHD. Hello, coward. Katagi destroys Zoomers and people with ADHD. Oh, what are you trying to say there? Katagi, I didn't know you follow Profar just recently, or always have. He was here recently, and I appreciate it. I keep saying he's invisible, but gets one shot when he's in Kenshin's stage. Kanetsugu, yeah. I'm right now almost done, the watch through together with friends on Discord. I'm almost done with the original Inuyasha. Then we get to the final act. Now, there's a conflicting opinions when it comes to Inuyasha. The funny thing is, some people say the original Inuyasha was a bit too stretched out, but the final act was a bit too short. Some people were criticizing that Inuyasha's final act should have been a little bit stretched out, and to an extent, I kind of agree. I feel like some of the more interesting fights, like Inuyasha and Sesshomaru versus Shishinki, or Inuyasha and Sesshomaru versus Magatsui, could have been more than one episode, alright? The final fight between Naraku is 6 episodes long. That's fine as it is, but some of the minor, a lot of good fights in the final act should have been more than one episode. Like I said, Inuyasha and Sesshomaru versus Shishinki, Inuyasha and Sesshomaru versus Magatsui, Inuyasha and gang versus Hakudoshi, Inuyasha versus Kana. I feel like those fights should have been a little longer. Now, for what it is, I don't mind it. For what it is, I think it's still really good. But I would love to have them longer. Another thing I kind of feel like it was a missed opportunity in the Inuyasha final act is Byakuya. Out of all Naraku's incarnation, I find Byakuya the most interesting part, or the most interesting one. It's kind of a shame his role in the final act. I'm not sure how it is in the manga, but it's kind of a shame seeing Byakuya. He has a cool design, and I do think he has a cool ability. It's just a shame that his entire role in the final act was just to replace Kagura as Naraku's right-hand goon. Could have shown more fights with, or could have shown fights with Byakuya and show what he can do, but it is what it is, alas. Nice. I get paid to talk Profar. Forgot to mention yesterday, sorry if some folks... Nah, it is what it is. I don't take everything to heart, folks, they're attacking you like a silly joke. It is what it is. I don't take hate or jokes to the heart. It is, at the end of the day, it's just internet words. Profar, you're handsome. Thank you for the compliment. One of the things I do like about the themes in Inuyasha is about acceptance. Final word is that I admittedly, when it comes to Rumiko, I resonate more with rom-com writing than action manga. Granted, I don't dislike it. Yeah, Rumiko, so, here's the thing. Rumiko is, when it comes to her specialty, it's rom-com. The romance and the comedy is her strong part. When it comes to action mangas, my heart seeks other places. Understandable. But the reason why I appreciate Inuyasha is because even though that's her first action shonen manga, the fact that she can blend action shonen manga with romance and comedy. I feel like that's something not a lot of mangaka back in the 90s can do. No, actually, okay. Not a lot of mangakas can do. That's why I appreciate Rumiko. Now, to be fair, Rumiko wasn't the first one to adapt this concept. Now, how many of you are familiar with this anime called Fushigi Yugi? Before there was Inuyasha. Now, this is probably a suggestion for you, Graham. I think if you're not too happy with Inuyasha, this is just a suggestion if you want to watch. I recommend you to watch Fushigi Yugi. Fushigi Yugi is basic, or the mysterious play. It's basically Inuyasha, but it takes place in ancient China. Like, a lot of the characters are very similar to Inuyasha in terms of their personality and trope. But unlike Inuyasha, it's based on a manga as well, but the anime is only 50 episodes long. So for people who have problems with Inuyasha being too long, but they like the story or they like the concept of Inuyasha, I highly recommend Fushigi Yugi. Berserk would be nothing without the Rose and Versailles. Alright, raise hand. Yeah, Fushigi Yugi. It's Inuyasha in ancient China. And another difference is that instead of time traveling, the main girl is isekai to a book, to a storybook, instead of time traveling like Kagome. And it's not just Fushigi Yugi. Another anime that resonates with me back in the day because of its similarity with Inuyasha, even though these two came before Inuyasha, is outside of Fushigi Yugi. It's called The Visions of Escaflowne. How many of you have watched that? It's another good anime. It's a short one as well. It's just 26 episodes. And what's most interesting is that the anime, The Visions of Escaflowne, was animated by Studio Sunrise, the same animators as Inuyasha and Gundam. But still, Inuyasha has a really special place in my heart because it was one of the few shonens that I was really invested back in the day because of how different it was from a lot of shonen animes, like action shonen animes, like your Dragon Ball, your Rurouni Kenshins, your One Piece, your Yu Hakusho. Like for all the I'll say that for all the 10 bad things Inuyasha has in the anime, I can name 20 or even 100 good things that I like. Like there are more, like the complaints that I've read about Inuyasha, I understand them completely, and I'm not downplaying that fact or like that criticism. Those criticisms feel like legit, and I do believe Inuyasha could have been a better anime with that kind of with those criticisms in mind. But personally, I don't think it diminishes the show to the point where it's bad. Berserk, still hoping for a good company to adapt Berserk. I'll have to look into that Kotage. I see Griffith getting that style. Oh yeah, speaking of Berserk, how many of you are familiar with an anime called Bastard? Okay, so I know I'm fanboying over Inuyasha, but whatever. At least I'm not a tsundere about it. Like, I stopped being a tsundere, honestly, when it comes to what I like. And it's been very liberating. One of the things I like about Inuyasha is how grounded the action is. When a lot of shonens emphasizes on, like, really, really hyped up actions, watching Inuyasha having a very grounded action is refreshing. I know it's not the only one who does that, but again, the fact that it has a grounded action is still something that I really like. Oh, Violence Jack. I know that show used to give me nightmares when I was a teenager. At least you are ranting about Dragon Ball. I don't rant. Okay, here's the thing. I don't rant about Dragon Ball because I'm kind of sick of seeing people rant about it at this point. Like, Dragon Ball is a good anime. Like, Dragon Ball is ahead of its time. But I'm really in the point that I'm tired of people comparing every anime to Dragon Ball. The same goes with One Piece. I'm so sick when I talk about my favorite animes, they have to compare it with One Piece or Dragon Ball. Like, I like Inuyasha. I was like, why do you like Inuyasha? Instead, why don't you like Dragon Ball? It's not. Inuyasha is Dragon Ball for girls. So I was like, that doesn't really make any sense when you say Inuyasha's Dragon Ball for girls. Like, those two shows have nothing in common. Profar got good taste and variety, Katagi. No need to for that Dragon Ball Z talk. Violence Jack is rad. Violence Jack was something. Not my favorite anime, but goddamn, it was something. Like, no joke, that anime, a 3-episode anime, gave me nightmares when I was in high school. And probably still now. Yeah, and this is coming from a guy who loves Mortal Kombat. Yet Violence Jack scared the shit out of me. Normies have one-track mind. Fam, I will share a seat with Dragon Ball fan than Hunter x Hunter fan. Speaking as someone who loves Togashi. Oh, Togashi, yeah. Speaking of Togashi, I love Yu Yu Hakusho. Yu Yu Hakusho is my second favorite anime of all time, outside of Inuyasha. For some reason, I love Yu Yu Hakusho, but I can't gravitate towards Hunter x Hunter. Maybe because I don't really like the character design in that anime. It is what it is. When it comes to action anime, or like action series in general, I gravitate towards tokusatsu more, like Kamen Rider, more so than shonen anime back in the day. But I love Kamen Riders. We actually watched Kamen Rider Kuga and Agito on Discord server, and I showed it to Brainer, a friend from Saudi Arabia, and he really likes it. Like, Kamen Rider, I keep saying this, Kamen Rider is basically a live-action shonen anime, but good. Hunter x Hunter fans seem chill. Yeah, I say they're chill. Again, I don't really gravitate towards Hunter x Hunter a lot. I gravitate more towards Yu Yu Hakusho. Yu Yu Hakusho, that's an anime, has a lot of legit criticisms. One of the criticisms for Yu Yu Hakusho that I heard, and I'm in that boat as well, I feel like the final arc of Yu Yu Hakusho was too short. So it's just funny, two of my favorite animes, Inuyasha and Yu Yu Hakusho, have different criticisms. So Inuyasha is too long, Yu Yu Hakusho is too short. Mortal Kombat lore goes hard. That shit needs some kind of adaptation for real. I'm glad that it has animated movies, honestly, for Mortal Kombat. Now, some of them are good, some of them are not good, like the Battle of the Realms. That was like 5 games into 1.5 hour movie. Ashita no Jo, that's a good title as well. And Ring no Kakero. Yeah, before there was Hajime no Ippo, there was Ashita no Jo. Katagi got friends all internationally around the world. I can see that. An anime I do like when it comes to shonen, like when it comes to the mainstream shonen, I do like Naruto. Naruto is a good show despite the problems I have with the anime. Like, for example, the first problem I have with Naruto is, speaking of too long, yeah, Naruto's final arc. I kind of like anime's ending a bit more than the manga for Yu Yu Hakusho. Yu Yu Hakusho's ending, even though the final arc was short, I think that the ending was good. Naruto, as I said, two biggest problems I have with Naruto, but it doesn't take away the enjoyment of the show or how I think the show is written. Is one, the final arc, the Shinobi 4th War arc, is goddamn long. For the anime, I think it's 300 episodes, and you have fillers in between. I avoid anime, just read the manga. I'm more of an anime guy. The Shinobi War arc was really long, 300 episodes, and what's even baffling or what's even funny is that the Shinobi War arc takes place in 2 days. How do you like the story? Like the timeline in that show is 2 days, but you watch it for 6 years in the anime. Not 6 years. 5 years, from 2011 to 2016. You got fillers in between the fights. Hell, I do remember in Naruto you have fillers in between fillers. Like, Naruto fans can be really stupid as well. Like when I say I like Inuyasha, I was like, oh, that show is bloated. I said, shut up, you watch Naruto as final arc. Like Naruto's final arc itself is longer than Inuyasha combined. Fan Goku versus Frieza was like 20 episodes in 9 minutes. Yeah, Goku versus Frieza, 20 episodes in 9 minutes, and then you complain about the entire show of Inuyasha being around 190 episodes long. Get out of here. Oh, here it comes. You know Inuyasha has a sequel, right? Yashahime. I have problems with Yashahime mainly because the consistency of the story. The story is so inconsistent for 48 episodes. Now people say, oh, one of the problems for Yashahime is that it doesn't have a season 3. To me, it didn't need. Yashahime doesn't need a season 3. What it needs is consistent writing. I'm glad that we have a Yashahime manga now. I mean, so my friend Alex gave me a Yashahime manga as a birthday present, and I do like some of the changes that the manga did from the anime. So Yashahime is kind of like Dragon Ball Supers for Inuyasha, as in like the anime came first, then the manga. I just hope Yashahime does better with the manga. However, with the problems I have with Yashahime, one thing they did really good is one, character design. Two, at the very least, Yashahime didn't treat the classic characters like shit, like in Boruto. Now, to praise Yashahime being better than Boruto, it's a given. I don't consider that as like. When I talk about Yashahime, a lot of praise I heard from the community that at least Yashahime is better than Boruto. I told them that's not really much of a compliment, honestly. Like, comparing Yashahime to Boruto is like a very low standard. Comparing anything to Boruto is a very low standard for quality. We watched Fam Goku vs. Freeho with like 28. Oh yeah. We watched FMA Brotherhood a while ago, age like 5-1. I can see that, even though FMA is not my favorite. Just saying. Blonde, she gets thrown in the lava pit. No, she gets crushed by a mountain. Right, time to fight the Kurosaki Keiji. Come, Nemesis. We have accepted mediocrity. Unfortunately. Kurosaki Keiji. Oh yeah, speaking of comparisons or criticisms, one of the criticisms I don't understand for Inuyasha, and this also applies to Bleach, is that, oh yeah, the villain is boring because it's mainly because of Naruto fans. The villain is boring, like Naraku, because he doesn't have a sad backstory. And I said, do we really need sad backstories for villains? Why? Because Naruto has sad backstories for villains. Like, not every villain need to have a sad backstories. In fact, a lot of villains, anime villains I like, don't have sad backstories. For example, Naraku. Naraku's one of my favorite anime villains of all time. Naraku, Aizen, Rao, Yuda, Shin from Fist of the North Star. Or Yuda especially, Yuda and Rao. They don't have sad backstories. They're just evil because they can. But they're very good at doing so. Like, they're very charismatic when it comes to their, evil side. That's why I like them as villains. Fun thing, KG throws weapon in the air and ricochet of the Seath. Seath lands beside KG and his weapon to Davy Jones into the ocean.
わしがなすべきただ一つ熱き魂の宿りし一撃
Hello Matsun. Yeah, he can do the Fu-Rin-Ka-Zan combo with this game. I'll show it later. I mean, I already did do the combo earlier.
このみ朽ち果て旅に伏すまで
Even Yakuza is a bit guilty of trying to redeem the irredeemable at times. Kaido won again. They don't raw dog evil in the poop chute like they used to until Luffy arrives. Oh yeah, one thing, okay, another criticism I have with Naruto is I know the theme of the story is about, oh yeah, war is fucked up, or like the shinobi world is a scary place, is a dark place filled with war and greed and evil and so on. And one of the things I found in Naruto that pisses me off, not gonna lie, is that villains in Naruto do not held accountable. That's my biggest problem with Naruto. Like, no evil deed, no bad deeds in Naruto are held accountable. Naruto always forgives. Like, well, okay, a lot of the villains in Naruto died under circumstances, but I feel like Naruto villain. I do like the idea of Naruto villains being like a tragic villain, as like they are how do I say it? They are victims of circumstances in the shinobi world, but at the same time they still did evil deeds. They still did wrong deeds. They still cause harm to other people, and I feel like whatever your reasons are as a person, if you do harm to other people, you need to be held accountable. And I feel like Naruto has that message, but the message that they're trying to, like, that Naruto is trying to say about victims of war, or like victims of circumstances, don't really resonate with me. I still like the show, but it doesn't really resonate with me because a lot of the evil deeds in Naruto were not held accountable. For example, after the Pain arc, Pain died. Okay, Pain died. At least he died. Okay, Pain died. Oh yeah, then another thing. Not only they held accountable, Naruto always used Talk no Jutsu to convert them to the light, or to convert them to the good side. Even though most villains in Naruto have more experience in life than Naruto himself. Now, I'm not saying that you cannot be convinced by someone who is younger from you, but, and of course it's time constrained, but it doesn't really resonate with me, or it doesn't really, how do I say it? It doesn't really relate to me when I see a lot of the villains who have gone through more than Naruto just suddenly convert to the good side because Naruto told them to do so. And another thing, when I talk about most of the villains are dead, at least in Naruto, the ones that are still alive in Naruto don't get held accountability. For example, well, she's dead later on. Conan, after the Pain arc, did Conan have to, like, Conan is still part of the Akatsuki. Conan is the second, like, the right-hand man for Pain. She's the second in command. And after the Pain arc, even though Pain restored the village, and, you know, brought back everyone to life, Conan did not held any accountability, and just Naruto just let her go, and Conan said, "Thank you, Naruto, for showing me the good path," or something, and then she just let her go. Sorry, he just let her go. In the real world, like if in the real world, or if this is a believable scenario, Conan would be in jail. She still needs to pay the price for her crimes. Now, that's not even like the worst part. The worst offender for this trope, or for this would be both Orochimaru and Kabuto. Kabuto literally started the Fourth Shinobi War. And did he get any punishment from Konoha or Naruto? Of course not. In fact, the dumbest thing that I've seen in Naruto is that Kabuto not only started the Fourth Shinobi War, not only he also helped Orochimaru stole babies to do a human experiment, but for whatever reason, Konoha decided to give him an orphanage. Yeah, let's give the guy who started the Fourth Great War and also kidnapped babies for a human experiment an orphanage. That would, like, oh, he's redeemed, right? That would not go, like, nothing would go wrong with that. And as well as Orochimaru. Orochimaru just, after the war, he's just chilling, running around in the Konoha village. His only punishment was just being watched by Yamato 24/7. Yeah, one of the legendary Sanin get to his punishment is being watched by a carpenter. Profar is going all out. I'm just saying what I need to say. Shit's about Open Wano Kuni. This guy, man. Shit's all about complex characters right now. Everybody's story needs to have every character be damn near unrealistically complex. Yeah. And like, because of that, it actually made me more appreciative to Inuyasha. Some complaints I heard about Inuyasha, oh, there are not a lot of main characters in Inuyasha. And I said, why do you need so many main characters in Inuyasha? I feel like the fact that Inuyasha for 196 episodes revolved around, like, the Inuyasha's gang, Inuyasha, Kagome, Shippo, Miroku, and Sango, and like the fact that the protagonists of Inuyasha, the 5 or 6 if you count Kirara, all protagonists are connected to the main villain Naraku. So their journey is all about, revolves around, let's find Naraku and let's find the Shikon Jewel. I feel like that's a good thing because you have a focused story. Granted, you can make the argument that it's too long, but at the very least, the one thing I appreciate from Inuyasha is that it's consistency, and characters are consistent. Now, some of you said, like Graham said, it took me a while to like Kagome, but at the very least, even if it takes you a while to like Kagome, but at the very least, her character, like her character arc, is consistent. That's why I appreciate shows like Inuyasha. The fact that you have a long show, which some may don't like, and more power to you if you don't like it for legit reasons. I personally don't mind it, but the fact that you have 196 shows, and it's popular as well, a popular 196 shows, and the story is consistent from start to finish, albeit with some flaws, is something that I praise for the show. One of the good things about Inuyasha is that the ending of the show, which I talked with some friends like Pepsi Man, one of the things I praise about Inuyasha for 196 episodes, the ending of the show, it ties in with everything that happens in the beginning and the middle. So it basically ties up loose ends with whatever the story went on in the beginning and the middle, and it ties up really well. Naruto is a good show, but I feel like the ending of that show, again, I consider this a loose ends. The fact that you still have Orochimaru running around freely in Konoha, and then like the last episode of Naruto, Orochimaru congratulates Naruto's and Hinata's wedding by saying, "Oi, Naruto, I know you and I have some differences." Like, saying you and I have some differences from Orochimaru to Naruto, that's an understatement right there. So what I'm saying is that the fact that we have a long show like Inuyasha, while true, or like staying true and consistent with the show itself, is something that I highly praise from the anime, and that's why it's my favorite anime. I want cool bad guys, Gober. Hello, greatest gamer. The rule of cool. Revenger is my hidden gem anime from last year. Handles character arcs and interaction realistically without being too exaggerated. That's a good thing. Now, I talked this with Pepsi Man when it comes to anime, like One Piece.
開口
One of the biggest challenge for One Piece, if they decide to go in the final saga,
わしが人暴れするしかないか
we're talking about when will One Piece end? Like, one of the biggest challenge to end One Piece from Oda is that, according to my discussion with some friends, is that the way One Piece ends needs to tie up everything in, like, it needs to tie up everything from everything that happened before, minus fillers, of course. It's like every arc or every saga in One Piece should be the final arc should be the culmination of every saga in One Piece. Oh yeah, speaking of like a final arc, another thing, I complain about Naruto too much here if you don't mind. One of the things I don't like about Naruto is the final arc of Naruto, the Fourth Shinobi arc, is basically a Mega Man X boss battle before Sigma, if you know what I'm saying. Like, you know how in Mega Man X, before you fight Sigma as the final boss, you get to fight all of the Mavericks that you previously fought in that game. I feel like the Fourth Shinobi War arc before they got to fight Obito and Madara was like that. So yeah, let's bring back all the villains that are dead. Let's all bring back past villains that they fought, and they have to fight them again. Except this time weaker. Go DOT, go Dot. Hello, no, not hello. The greatest challenge for Oda Ichiro is to finish One Piece before he passes. We'll see about that. I don't expect much from Shonens and Naruto, but biggest strength is Pain and Itachi. They belong in a real anime. Revived ninja that nobody heard of until that point. Now, I heard criticisms that Naruto should have ended in the Pain arc. I don't necessarily agree with that because there's still a lot of tie-up. The Pain arc ties up Naruto's arc for being accepted. Really, it ties up the part where Naruto went from being an outcast to an accepted hero. But I feel like even that's just one, I would say one story arc out of others that has been tied up. Like, there's still a lot of loose ends after the Pain arc. That's why I don't really agree with people who said, oh, Naruto should have ended with the Pain arc. Imagine having Kiryu and Majima voice Naruto characters and I don't care about them at all. Wow, that's something. To me, it ended at the Pain arc. And then I made fanfic and called it Train Itachi the show and their chibis. Oh yeah, speaking of the Fu-Rin-Ka-Zan combo, here's the Fu-Rin-Ka-Zan combo. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Fu-Rin-Ka-Zan. Right, back to alert Unreal final finishing download. Good rant, but I don't think that's a rant. That's more like sharing session, I would say, because I don't hate Naruto. I still think that's one of my favorite animes ever. It's just that some of the things in the end irks me. And like I said, even with those flaws, Naruto does not diminish. It does not diminish the quality of Naruto to a great length. Well, somewhat, in some length at least.
勘が戻ってきよったわ
Unreal 4.25 has the best performance. Basara Force Sumeragi added a second way to access his power-up mode. Is it the special inscriptions? Is it Shingen's special inscription, Brandon?
応援だけで疲れたまだまだよそれがしと出会ったそれが貴殿の失策だ山のことかあれが敵方の要ぞ好きにさせるな
Oh, his final R2, I see. Yeah, the 6 characters that returned in Conquest mode, they only have one R2, unfortunately.
つい戦の手を止め見とれてしまいまする見ませい敵軍が海のごとく叫ばせるこの世で最も強い感情
Alright, let me fanboy for Inuyasha one more time. One of the things why I like Naraku as a villain, again, despite his flaws, is that what makes him great as a main villain is one, he's a manipulative bastard. He's a manipulative villain. I love manipulative villains. And number two, all of the protagonists in Inuyasha, even the anti-hero, like everyone in that show gathered because of Naraku. Like Naraku basically caused like the pain and misery of every character in that show. Now the protagonist, because Naraku is the one thing in common that the protagonists have. Like for example, Inuyasha. Inuyasha was affected. Like his entire life was affected because of Naraku. Like his breakup with Kikyo, right? It's all because of Naraku. Naraku manipulated Inuyasha and Kikyo for breaking up and fight each other so that he can get the Shikon Jewel for himself. That's for Inuyasha. For Kagome, well, considering Kagome is the reincarnation of Kikyo in the future, so what happened between Inuyasha and Kikyo affects Kagome, because the Shikon Jewel made a comeback from her body. So what it's, I would say indirectly, what Naraku did to Inuyasha and Kikyo indirectly affected Kagome as well. Miroku. Naraku casted the Wind Tunnel Curse on Miroku's family. Sango. Naraku caused the death of Sango's clan and family, then to manipulate Sango to killing Inuyasha, and then once Sango's job is done, killing Inuyasha, he brought back Sango's younger brother, Kohaku, to kill Sango. Like, what an asshole. That's why he's so great as a villain, despite his flaws. Because he brings everyone together. It's something that not a lot of shonen was able to done, if you ask me. Like a lot of protagonist groups usually only the main character has beef with the main villain, and the rest is just going along because we're friends with you, so we're gonna help you. But for Inuyasha, literally everyone was a victim of Naraku at some point. Hello, Brainer. Don't spoil it. I mean, I already watched it. When we watched it, we watched it together in Discord. And Inuyasha also has a similar theme with Naruto when it comes to be an outcast. Like Naruto was an outcast because he was the vessel of the Nine Tails, right? Inuyasha was also an outcast because he's a half demon. So because Inuyasha is a half demon, he was not accepted in both the human world because he's a half demon, and he's not accepted in the demon world because he's half human. It does tackle the theme of acceptance really well, in my opinion, or like rejection from society because you're half something. Okay, one criticism I heard for Inuyasha is that Inuyasha is childish the way he can't move on from Kikyo. Now here's the thing about Inuyasha and Kikyo. Kikyo was not only the woman that Inuyasha loved, but she was also, okay, outside of Inuyasha's mother, she was the first human or the first person ever to accept Inuyasha for who he is. Like, the first person that you accept, like, here's the thing. Imagine if you're an outcast of society. Imagine if you are rejected by everyone in society, and you found this one friend or this one lover who accepts you, or who accepted you for who you are, and then somewhere along the lines, that friend who accept, or that person who accepted you for who you are betrayed you. Then you found out that it was all like a plot or a scheme. Yeah, it's not something someone would go like, oh, just move on for a day. It takes time to move on to something like that, especially considering that's the one person not only that you love, but that's the person who was willing to accept you for who you are. Hello, Virka. Welcome to the stream. I'm playing Basara while talking about Inuyasha and fanboying over it. When it comes to criticisms of anime, like I said, I used to be like super hard on ranting. I'm trying to not be right now. Is because here's the thing. I try. It is what my friend taught me in my on the internet. Like, you should never downplay what people like, and you should also never downplay on what people criticize, or the criticism of people. Like, for example, someone like a different anime than I do. Let's say, okay, let's say someone likes Fairy Tail. You know, Fairy Tail gets a lot of flack for being, oh yeah, it's just a shonen anime with boobs. Maybe someone who likes Fairy Tail see it a different way, and they have legit criticisms, or like, no, legit points why Fairy Tail, in their opinion, Fairy Tail is a good show. And you should never downplay that, because that might be true. Now, someone might not like, let's say, Inuyasha. Now I can go on a rant. I can just rant and get bitch about how wrong they are. But the thing is, I try to think with a more clear head. And like I said, some of the criticism I heard from Inuyasha, like how the story is bloated or too long, is valid. However, I made a counterpoint as well. Is that even though that's the case, I don't think it diminishes the quality overall, because I still think the length of that show is fine as it is. One, because it's as intended as Rumiko wanted it to be, and two, at the very least, even though it's long, it's still consistent from start, middle to end. So never downplayed other people's strong criticism, but also never don't ever downplay the praise that people have, because it might be valid as well. Like there's always different ways for you to give a valid criticisms while not being a total dick on the internet. And that's a scary thing sometimes. Like, okay, I speak a lot, honestly. It's story time with Profar. One of the scary things I found out when you're being in the internet is that when you're on the internet for too long, you develop a sense of entitlement. You develop an ego because of you get to speak freely of your mind on the internet. You start to develop that what you think is the most right and what you think is the most valid, even though it's not. But at the same time, you should be honest on what you or what your minds what do you think of certain things. Like, one of the dangerous things about being a content creator is that, like, when I've seen so many content creators fall into the ego trip, you know, because they've developed a large following, they develop a channel, they develop a community, and then they develop an ego as well. They develop a sense of entitlement. And sometimes I'm afraid, you know, sometimes I'm afraid that I might fall into that category if I grow this channel. I sometimes afraid that I might fall into the entitlement camp, if you might say. Wait, never mind. Bunch of people overestimate how well they'd be able to handle situation. I used to not like Inuyasha until I really watched it. Yeah, Inuyasha is good. My trauma is greater than yours. Profar wants 1k subs. Huge ego. Hopefully not. I really hopefully not. Maybe the best way I would do to balance that, like, here's the thing. I'm fortunate enough to create a YouTube channel like this, meet a lot of people, but at the same time I have a daytime job. Like, YouTube is not my gig. YouTube is not my job. This is not my passion. This is not my welfare. This is not something I would do as a career. This is really just a hobby. I get to play video games online, and I get to share my thoughts about video games that I like. But I'm fortunate enough to, you know, step in the real world, like have a job. Earlier today, by the way, I want to hear this cutscene.
何かに思いを馳せるといい。ものによっては私が譲り受けるとしよう。
Also, hello me, Swag. I know a guy with 600 subscribers that expected special treatment, bro. That shit's crazy. Yeah, star syndrome is a very dangerous thing. You know, shit's gone wrong when they call their viewers chat. I mean, usually I use the word chat as like an easier way to... I don't really consider that as something too big. It's just... Oh, that was close. That grab was really, really dangerous. Again, staying humble is a challenge. I feel like the best way to stay humble is, again, balance. As I said earlier today, I went to a friend's wedding. She was a friend, she was a friend since grade school. We were like a gang of 5 friends, and she was one of them. And she got married today, and we all went to celebrate. Like me and the homies, basically. It's that, like, we've been homies since grade school. And like the best part is we're still homies. So I spent most of the day today on my friend's wedding, and it was a really good afternoon. Right, Ikazuchi no Gotoku. How do I do Ikazuchi no Gotoku? Oh yeah. I say chat because it's chat, yeah. But is that a chat noise? Matsunaga is a dangerous boss. Gotcha. I have a problem with fans. You're a small fish, just term audience. I usually like to call viewers. Like, fans are a little bit... Yeah, that's the thing. I don't mind calling chat, but fans, that's something I feel like your ego is boasting. Guy's playing baseball with the boss. Like, bro, I'm the only one here, just call me by my name. At least Shingen has tanky stats to endure the blast. Yeah. But still, Matsunaga's grab is very dangerous. I constantly get one-shot by that move. But even Matsunaga can't handle the manly man Shingen is. Not you, I'm just saying theoretically. Yeah, I understand. I fully understand. I guess I've experienced that.
Hmm. そろそろ本調子のはずじゃが、どうしてまだまだ上がりそうじゃのう。
Oh, Mitsunari conquered most. Okay, let's go to Ieyasu.
Shingen 恩義で確かめてほしい。わしの拳の魂の絆のその重きの全てを。
ならば見せてみよ竹千代。わしをもしのいだ天下人の拳とやらを。
All I do is upload me playing shitty Doom levels, bootleg NES games, Mario 1 stuff, and multi-carts and Dynasty Wars 9 Empires, Cursed Creation, and plug-and-play consoles. I mean, all I do is play video games and make dick jokes online, nothing special. When we're boxing, no, I can't box. I don't wanna, like, I get my ass kicked.
竹千代、わしは主の前に立とう。その拳でも砕け。
If that's the case, Sega, just ask Severe. Probably Severe would love to box you. He has better physical condition. No, I'm not gonna go that far. I forgot Severe has certain physical conditions. But I will say, well, Severe has probably a better fighting chance than I do with you. I almost forgot that Severe has certain medical conditions, so I'm not gonna make that joke.
行くぞ。敵軍に報いる一士となるまで。要を落とせばこっちのものですよね。負傷者の救護を頼む。戦はまだ長い。震えてはいない。よし、いい気合だ。お任せくだされ。太平の世にも生きがいはあるさ。保証する。
I like Shingen's weapon. Yeah, it's an axe, but it's shaped like his war fan from Samurai Warriors. You know, I will praise Samurai Warriors this. I do like Shingen's redesign in Samurai Warriors 5. It feels like a mix of his classic Samurai Warriors design and Sengoku Basara's design. What weight class are we talking about? Probably heavyweight. Warframe axe, yeah.
またすごいものを見せていただきました。俺の新必殺奥義、絶賛開発中。
綺麗事と非難されても構わない。
Going back to anime talk, City Hunter is an anime I know of back in the day, but I only really get into City Hunter during COVID because I watched the 2019 movie Shinjuku Private Eyes, and I really like that. I do like how unique City Hunter is as an anime, especially shonen anime. It's like every episode is its own arc. It's when most animes like your Dragon Ball, Fist of the North Star, Rurouni Kenshin, Naruto, One Piece, where you have a big overarching storyline from start to finish. City Hunter takes it very slow, as in like every episode is its own case or arc. Every episode or two is like a different story. And Ryo is Cyber Ryo is actually to me one of my favorite anime protagonists ever. Like he's two-faced, okay? Like, he has one side an absolute goofy ass pervert, and the other side a total Chad badass. Heavy pee stain.
久しぶりにやってみるか。戦わず突撃せよ。やはり出たか。皆の者、逃げるが勝ちだ。まだまだよ。
Like, I grew up with a lot of animes and like Western cartoons. Like, again, I ate good back in the day. I used to watch 80s cartoons as well. Like, well, I watch a bit of the 80s TMNT show. How many of you remember the show Captain Planet? I used to watch that show. Captain Planet was great. Especially, I still, the ending of Captain Planet still resonates with me. Captain Planet, he's a hero. Never take it's like, okay, gonna take pollution down to 0. Hey, Galang, everybody's is here. Hello, Galang Renja. I'm glad you're here, buddy. Thanks for dropping by. It's a lovely evening right now that everyone is here. With these powers combined, I am Captain Planet. How does the song goes again? There's Tadakatsu Hyundai, no wait for it, no Mercedes Honda. Yeah, Tadakatsu Mercedes. Or Tadakatsu Toyota, probably. This is Japanese as well. How does the song goes again for Captain Planet? The ending song? Earth! Fire! Oh, is it water first? Earth! Fire! Wind! Water! Heart! Go Planet! By your powers combined, I am Captain Planet! That's probably my favorite, that and DuckTales were my favorite 80s, not 80s anime. 80s American cartoon. My pleasure. Especially that pig face SOB, yeah. I was also surprised that, I mean, I know Captain Planet is all about eco-friendly cartoon show, talking about, hey, guys, save the environment kind of show. But I was actually surprised to watch that one episode about HIV/AIDS. That was wild. Captain Planet and the Hellboy are a pinnacle of American literature. Captain Future? I'm not sure. 90s cartoons. Wait, because I used to watch Cartoon Network a lot. And Cartoon Network used to have like a really cool shows during the night. Like, for example, you know SWAT Cats? That was a really good show. And one of the T-Bone and Razor, right? And Razor in that show was voiced by Barry Gordon, aka Donatello. Captain Planet villain must be Ang. Well, Ang doesn't have the power of heart, so he's not Captain Planet. He has earth, he has wind, he has fire and water, but he doesn't have heart. The power to talk to nature. Yes, fart. Captain Planet was one of those things I thought was lame as a kid. A little too on the nose for me with the echo stuff. But I do like here's the thing. Yes, it's on the nose when it comes to like save the planet kind of thing, but I don't think it's a bad topic to be discussed. And I feel like the way Captain Planet handles it as a kid show was really good. Again, it doesn't just handle Echo stuff. It also handles like serious topic again, like HIV/AIDS. Like there was something like when I first watched that episode with about HIV, I was actually pretty surprised of all the topics they decide to cover for a show about saving the planet or save the Earth. They covered HIV/AIDS. Another show that what's the word of it? Shocked me, no pun intended, was Static Shock back in the day. There was this one episode where they talk about suicide on a Cartoon Network show. He-Man beats Captain Planet. I never watched He-Man back in the day. He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. Static Shock wasn't bad. Yeah, I only noticed that earlier. Like, I only noticed Static Shock was a DC character not long ago. Okay, go back to 90s cartoons. I watch Tiny Toons Adventure. How many of you remember that? There was Tiny Toons, Animaniacs. What else we got? I do like Sylvester and Tweety's Mystery. Oh yeah, X-Men the animated series. Other than Batman the animated series, I watch X-Men the animated series. It's one of the reasons why I got into Marvel. Like that was the first Marvel cartoon or Marvel show that I watched as a kid, and it got me invested in Marvel. Like speaking of Marvel, here's a funny story. When I was a kid, people used to shit on me. People used to like boo me or make fun of me for liking Marvel. Like we were grade school and people said I was childish. Like my friends told me I was childish for liking Marvel. And then fast forward 20 years later, what happened? Marvel becomes mainstream. Dude, you would get like kids these days, you would get picked on for not knowing Marvel. Back in the day, back in my day, you would get picked on for liking Marvel. It's crazy. It's the same thing with anime. Back in the day, you would be picked on by your friends for liking anime because for some reason kids love to grow up too soon. Why would you want to do that? Granted, I actually like enjoy being a grown up now more so than I was a kid. My childhood at school was kind of miserable. But yeah, it's just funny how things change in the last 20 years. Watch Mega Man cartoon as a kid, watching it as an adult was stupid. I would say Mega Man, the cartoon show, was one of the better video game adapted shows. Like we got Mega Man, Street Fighter cartoon was an acid trip. We don't talk about Darkstalkers cartoon. How like I still can't believe Darkstalkers cartoon did something unimaginable. They made me turn off with Morgan. How do you make Morgan unattractive is beyond me. How do you make one of the most mockery-driven characters in video game a boner killer is beyond my comprehension. Marvel is trash these days. Disney milked it to death. I would say Marvel is a hit and miss, but yeah, I kind of agree. Marvel lately has been more miss than hits. Batman Beyond, outside of the movie, I don't really care about Batman Beyond. Justice League was good. Don't really watch Superman, the animated series back in the day.
じっくりと聞かせてもらう。やはり戦こそが百薬の長よ。
Ah, Fu-Rin-Ka-Zan combo.
誰一人として遅れるなかれ出撃。
Oh, your buddy in real life used to. He hated the theme song for Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends. Dun 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 dun. That one? Kaze no Gotoku.
お主の前に立ちはだかるは人にあらず。
Hi no
肉
Gotoku.
に飢えた
Yama no Gotoku.
空腹の虎よ。
Sadly, we don't have Ryuga Gotoku.
東を背負っているのだ。
It had some fun moments. Yeah, it had some fun moments. When it comes to Cartoon Network shows, especially in the 90s, late 90s, my favorites are Powerpuff Girls, I Am Weasel, Cow and Chicken. That was another acid trip of a show. Cow and Chicken. I prefer I Am Weasel over Cow and Chicken. But the 2000s, like for Cartoon Network, is when they really shine. For example, Samurai Jack is one of my favorite Cartoon Network shows ever. Samurai Jack was amazing. So one time I downloaded the theme song, and when he entered the room, I played it.
わしがなすべきただ一つ。熱き魂の宿りし一撃。ひたすらに放つべし。この身朽ち果て、荼毘に伏すまで。
My favorite scene in Sengoku Basara 3 is when Tarakatsu fires his artillery at Hideaki and Hideaki is full over panic. All Powerpuff Girls will always be better than the God Awful 2016. Yeah, the 2016, I'm just gonna say it. I know it's for a different audience, but it doesn't make it less cringe. Again, here's the thing when I talk about cringe shows. The one thing that made me turn off Powerpuff Girls 2016, like, I'm not gonna give this show, like, usually some shows I would give it a chance, but when it comes to Powerpuff Girls 2016, I know it's for a modern kids audience, but the one thing that really, the one thing that sealed the deal for me to say, okay, this show is cringe, and I'm never going to give this show a chance. If I have kids, I'm not even going to let them watch the show, is I saw that one scene where the girls are twerking. I swear to God, every time I see twerking, I cringe hard. Like, twerking was never funny back then, and it's still not funny right now. That's one of the reasons I'm not giving Velma a chance. Like, I don't even watch Velma. Like, I don't even watch a clip or an episode of Velma, because when I saw the trailer and I see... Okay, when I saw the trailer and I see Velma twerking, yeah, that's it, you know? No chance in hell, as Vince McMahon likes to say. The episode where writer self-inserted himself, oh my god. Love interest for... Dude, that's just borderline creepy at that point. As somebody who's young as fuck, I can vouch that children don't like those shows either, yeah. Twerking is gross, it's low-life behavior. Twerking for me, like, every time I see... every time I see twerking in... especially in kids shows or teen shows, that's just scream boomers trying to be cool. It's like a bunch of 40-year-olds trying to say, hello, fellow kids.
体が軽いわい。10いや20は若返った気分じゃ。
Alright, two more battles to go. We are gonna fight, we're going to fight Mitsunari and Kanbei.
踏み入る許可は与えていない。
Okay, I posted the.
あるいは死ね
I played Utage, TM Revolution, Utage, and Kenshin for this stream. I'm not gonna play TM Revolution Utage just because I don't want the TM Revolution Hitman swatting my channel. I'm gonna change into something, another music that's hopefully not copyrighted. One of these days, man, I need to learn how to mod. Especially mod music.
秀吉様の城を汚すことは許さない秀吉様
Rick and Morty season 1 and 2 were amazing. Everything after that was garbage.
流行るな三成あの者には思想が笑う
They're not trying to use a trend for popularity. They're trying to create a trend. And God,
これが
man, like I just can't get over twerking. I'm sorry. Like it wasn't fun. Like it wasn't funny when Miley Cyrus did it back in 2012 or 13, and it's still not funny right now.
わしに勝てると思うてか
Venture Bros was good. Yeah, I watched Cartoon Network back in the day. I watched Disney. I watched Nickelodeon. I watched Animax. Yeah, we had a lot of stuff. Oh, Nickelodeon. You know what's my favorite show in Nickelodeon back in the day? Kenan and Kel.
打ち漏らしは俺たちが何とかするんだ
Dude, I could watch Kenan and Kel today and still have a good laugh. Hey Arnold was good. Hey Arnold introduced me to the first ever Tsundere character, at least the one I'm aware of, Helga. Like, she was an OG Tsundere.
秀吉様半兵衛様お二方のご教授はここに俺の必殺技海底板行きやしね私を阻む者どもめ皆殺しにしてやるまたすごいものを見せていただきました
己が魂の声に従い失することを恐れるな信じて突き進め
秀吉様を仰がぬ者か
Ren and Stimpy used to scare the shit out of me back in the day. I can't get over Ren and Stimpy. It was just too weird for my taste.
愉快だ綺麗事に染まった貴様が尺に触る
正め来るように開かれては困り者よつつましきよなほうきの一つで型がつく
兵をぶつけるだけ寸前か
願わくば羽をください飛んで逃げるために進め手柄は早い者勝ちだもう我慢できねえ逆襲のお時間だ
Yeah, the Devil May Cry 3 horse boss. There we go.
その結果がこれだ 馬が虎に勝てると思うてかこのような早き車目が回りません
秀吉様のご意向は今も。おお、お主らわしについてくるか。風林火山。
あんな車には乗りたくないな。
カズチのごとく。
全力疾走、とにかく走れ。
I like meaty meatballs and much spaghetti. Yeah, I like spaghetti meatballs too. We do have we do have meatballs here in Indonesia, meatball soup. Like boiled meatballs. We call it bakso in Indonesia. Meatball soup with noodles, usually. Mother, that's some spicy meatball. I hope whoever replaced Charles Martinet as Mario does a really good job.
病は完全に癒えておる。加減など無用じゃ。やった、呼吸ができるぞ。虎が恐ろしくて身をすくませておる。
じゃんけんですら勝てる気がしねえ。
意味嫌うな。主とは仲良くしたい。
消滅しろ。他には何も望まない。
豆よ豆玉。太閤の拳骨に比べれば
嘆きの沼が横たわる。私の身を求めている。これぞ戦場の匂い。気骨を震わせよるわ。
待ちと見せ苦しみ様を我に見せ。
無限の呪いか。大元はどこにある。どうだ、男なら憧れるであろう。
Alright guys, I'll be right back. There's someone in the front door. Right.
秀吉様の敵だ。一片の躊躇なく切り刻む。御意。分かった。これは正解のない詰め子だ。ああ。
Okay, one more base to go.
劣勢の理由は一つ。秀吉様がおられないことだ。刃の流れに映るのは罪人の顔だけだ。我らに義あり、故に官軍ない。
三成に代わり我が主を激励しよう。戦はまだしも企て返しは断りたい。
三成様に続け。我ら長将豊臣なり。
試練試練、一つさらりと乗り越えてみせ。
認めない。力負けなど認可しない。
仕掛けたは主よ、じわり後悔する。不吉運びも苦労なものよな。やれ重かろう。親方様の牙さばき、あれは真似できねえよ。
Speaking of slow character, playing a Shingen fighting a fast character like Mitsunari or Kenshin can be really hard, especially if your level is still low.
井戸を除きカエルに飲まれる物悲しさよ。見やれ、迫り来るあれを。主にもわかろう。我にはわかる。さあ、あれが降るまで我に付き合え。主が勝ちを欲しるか、我が欲しるか。
Look above. You might glimpse it approaching.
虎を締め出すならば、もうは黒金の檻にせい。
さて、楽に勝てるとは思いなさい。
刑部殿なくば西軍の方は保たれまいよ。お主、豊臣のために戦っておるのではないな。
By the way, Yukio, since you are German, I watched this video about the German's lolcow named Drakenlord, or I forgot his real name, Rainer something.
やめぬでもない。
Are you familiar? Oh, just knocked my mic. Are you familiar with that name, Drakenlord?
今日などどうでもいい。
He made big headlines in Germany. Rainer Winkler, yeah, Rainer Winkler. I watched like I watched a documentary of Rainer Winkler and like Germany's biggest lolcow. I'm like, dude, this shit is wild. Like, I can't help but laugh, but at the same time, I feel bad. Like, it gets out of hand. Like, this is like I'm not taking sides. Like, I feel like both Rainer and his trolls are equally shitty, but at, like, in one hand, I feel kind of bad, like how the situation turns out. The most I felt bad too is like the village or people who have nothing to do with it. got dragged into this like entire dragon quest or like a dragon hunting. Like it's a crazy situation, but at the same time it's funny. I can't help but laugh. That's the saddest part, you know, when something is tragic, but at the same time is comedic. Dragon Lord is my hero. Frodo was a nutcase. Dragon Lord is my Dragon Lord is my hero. Herr Winkler, Maschen. Okay, forgive for my poor German. Herr Winkler, Maschen, Maschinen Sie von Management? Ah, darn it. Yeah, that was like a giant shit show. And then, but there was a sad story about Rainer Winkler is when his father passed away. Is that his before his father passed away, he didn't want Rainer to be anywhere near the internet. And now, considering the shit show that he started in Germany, now I can see why his father didn't let him to be in the internet. Yeah, he had a house with her, which is demolished by now in the village. Yeah. The house was a train wreck as well. The house was filthy. I'm not gay or anything, but I would kiss Dragon Lord on the lips and made him feel better, which it would. Careful though, he might eat you. He had a lot of animal which starved to death. Rip fed blue. Oh damn, no. Yeah. So far, his hate their culture. Also, if you want to kiss Dragon Lord in the lips, coward Kotagi, I'd suggest you be careful. One, you might get eaten, or two, whenever I see Rainer, he looks like a guy who hasn't showered or brushed his teeth for a decade. He loves metal, so I get it. Like, okay, at the very least, well, I'm not big into metal, only some metal. Do you consider him having a good taste in metal? At the very least, consider you especially, Kotagi, loves metal music. Do you think he has good taste in metal? Dude, Rainer Winkler can be an anime of itself. Dude has a lot of arcs or seasons just as Chris Chan at this point. His music taste ain't bad, but it ain't my own. Currently, we wait for the jail season or pirate season when his legs roll. I became a plumber for like 3 years to prepare for Dragon Lord.
熱き魂の宿りし一撃ひたすらに放つべしこのみ朽ち果て荼毘に伏すまで
There was like in that documentary with Dragon Lord, there's one moment that I laughed so hard was when he moved his house. Like he moved from one place to another, and then like he started moving from the house because I think the government told him to move. And then you know what he did? He did a live stream, or he did a video saying, "Ha, I'm gonna move out. I'm gonna travel. You can't find me." It's like the silliest, the dumbest thing Rainer has done was that he constantly feed the trolls. Like that example, right? He's moving away to escape the trolls, only to invite trolls because he has to announce that he's moving away. That's like that's 700 IQ. 700 IQ move right there.
乗ってきた乗ってきよった甲斐の虎完全復活
The problem I have with Dragon Lord's taste in music is now I can't listen to any of the same shit he does because it reminds me of it. Relatable. Alright, final battle. Where is the option? Alright, I don't want to get TM Revolution kicking my ass. Or whoever owns the music. Maybe I'll play Zhang Fei in Dynasty Warriors 3. Could be fun. Go for it, Brandon. Let's just record. But best episode is still Rainer's 30th birthday. If werdet mir niemals besejen, he shouts really loud. That was the Ford Rangers season called Ford Blue Staffel or Staffel. Pardon my terrible German. Alright, so I need to change music for something quite fitting. Non-copyrighted music, what do you got for me? Any ideas? Let's see. Hopefully this is not copyrighted. No, that's copyrighted. Any suggestion I can... King, welcome to the stream, by the way. Dick Bar doesn't copyright claim me when I stream, and his music is fire. But this is TM Revolution. Avex would probably kick me in the ass. For even like hell, sometimes Avex, hell, if I sing TM Revolution, probably Avex will kick me in the ass as well. I'm trying to find some music I can play. Let's see. What about? Shit. Let's see. Trying to find a good music. Any ideas, guys? Okay, Spotify, please don't disappoint me. Let's see. I do know Spotify has some Sengoku Basara soundtracks. Let's see. Where is it? Let's see. Nope. I'm trying to find the music that fits Final Battle. This would fit anything to be honest. What, Silence? Let's see. Jazz song, I mean, it doesn't fit the mood. No, not Fujimasa's theme. Let's see. But Profar got fast into Dragon. No, I just like Guile's theme. Oh, Street Fighter music. Yeah, I know. Thank you, Brendan, for reminding me that. There's one Street Fighter 4 music I really like. Here it is. I think this would fit. perfectly for Shingen. I'll pick the volcanic rim stage. Okay, so let's do the volcanic rim stage.
本当にいいんだな。お前さんには恨み事を一生分聞かせてやる。
I just got into Dragon game lately, into Dragon Lord. Here it is. I think this fits perfectly.
お前さんも物好きだな。こんな穴蔵に用か。
Oh, it's a little too loud. Let me lower the sound. There we go. I told you, one of these days I need to learn how to mod music. Oh, and the father's name is Rudy Winkler? I see.
作業開始だ。皆に土産持たせるから帰っちゃくれないか。なんてこった。貴重な働き手がよ。体の調子は完璧じゃ。己でも恐ろしいくらいじゃわい。お前さんなんか転んで怪我すりゃいいのにな。
こういう時慌てた方が負けなんだよね。
あんたが来てよ。こいつをどんだけぶん回してもな、竹とんぼみたいには飛べなかったんだよ。なんだ、お前さんも工事を手伝ってくれるのか。太い柱も折り飛ばせ、高い壁をぶち倒せ。まだまだ若造には負けられんわい。穴掘り休んできたんだ。活躍させてくれよ。しくじった。勘兵衛さんじゃあるべし。
あいつら路頭に迷う。
あいつを生き埋めにする準備だ。守ってる方がお気の毒だな。獅子ならぬ猛虎の粉塵。とくと見よう。あんたより土くれ相手のが。
All right, let's finish this battle.
しました。任務に向かいます。
何わしは死んだはずじゃ。バカ野郎、人を勝手に殺すでないわ。なんと早すぎて決着を見逃した。
よくそうも戦う気になれるもんだ。お前さんも小生に負けず前向きだよ。
官兵衛さんの根城を渡すわけにゃな。
俺この方と同じ軍でよかったよ。
みんな、こっからが勝負だ。気合い入れるぞ。お主の腕がどれほどのものか、このわしが試してやろう。官兵衛さんをいじめて何が楽しい。そのと一緒にお外へ来いよ。王子の邪魔だ。知った時だ。拙者もあのような活躍をしたいのだがな。ならばこの陣守り通してみせましょうぞ。
着ぐるみ剥いで寒空まで送ってやることだ。
了解。タクだ。
まだしくじらないのか。まだかまだ。
このように。
塗りつぶせ。この血を軍旗で染めようぞ。な、鉄球の意外な使い道、思いつきでいいから教えてくれ。
なんだかんだでこの血は好きなんだね。
そうがむしゃらにならずとも。
お主、わしが死んだと聞かされたわ。さてはサスキ、あやつの仕業か。その程度で無人気取りか。まだまだよ。んなもんだ、あれっこさ。
小生、無駄には動かんよ。共にが最低限の動き方を教えてくれたんでね。
All right, let's capture all the bases.
愚か。わしに勝てると思うてか。聞いても怒らねえ。あの人は気さくでね。若造が帰り討ちにしてくれるわ。母ちゃん！どうした？親方様にとっては肩慣らしにもなりますまい。わしを囲むにはちと数が少ない。大将、おめでとうっす。記念に
Come on, bomb units, do faster.
さん増えたら逃げるしかないだろう。お前さんたちなんか全員不幸なんだ。
自分が幸せだって分かってないんだからな。よし、あと少しだ。
参ったなこりゃ。
お前さ、
そのやり方は派手すぎだろう。
俺たちは凡人、大将が特別なんだって。たまにはすがすがしいやつを流したいもんだ。
Come on, let's finish this.
予想通りの展開だよ。本当に。
Alright, the tank.
So そいつがお前さんの墓穴を掘ってくれるとよ。
温泉など掘るには具合が良さそうじゃな。お
かげさまで今宵もうまい酒が
Cover
飲
your
めま
tank.
する。今日も派手に揺れるな。ま、慣れっこだがね。伝令、懸念事項はありません。誰一人として遅れるなかれ。出撃。
Ah, there you go. Only Kanbei remains. Let's finish this.
そう来る？そう来るのか。
Ah, this is a fitting location, right, for the Street Fighter 4 volcano theme.
ああ、そうさ。小生はいつもこんなもんさ。月の星をつかめないのも全てはきっとこいつのせいだ。こうなりゃお前さんに八つ当たりだ。運が悪かったな。小生よりも。帰ってくれ。聞いちゃくれないだろうな。怒涛のごとく血風巻いて走る。
虎のごとく。
おやつ油断ならぬ目をしておる。
やっぱ範より噛んだってことよ。
小生もやれる。お前さんの方がよほど真っ暗だな。
Two powerhouses.
最近は突っ込むのもいける口でね。
病は完全に癒えて加減など無用じゃ。
You're not the only one who can do a helicopter, Kanbei.
小生も腹が立ってるんでね。手加減なしだ。いつまでも閉じ込めていられるとは思うなよ。老いたりとはいえ虎じゃ。遅れなど取らん。お前さん。
There you go.
これを外してから。わしがなすべきただ一つ。熱き魂の宿りし一撃。ひたすらに放つべし。この身朽ち果て、荼毘に伏すまで。
Alright, that's the final stage. What? There's another stage? Oh, it's not over? Damn, it's not over. I did not expect this. Let's go to Osaka. I did not expect this. Bonus final stage, yeah. Wait, does that mean I'm gonna play TM Revolution here? Please, don't play TM Revolution music right now.
やがてこの戦国は終わりを告げる。次なる新しき世を担うのは貴様たちはコードじゃ。
そう言いながらいつまでも世にはばかるタイプだよな、あんた。
Oh, thank God.
Dokkan Ryu、よろしく頼むぞ。生き残れ。
楽勝の戦も嫌いじゃね
えが。忠勝、片倉殿と共に力を合わせてくれ。
Alright, let's finish this quick.
正宗様、真田丸包囲完了いたしました。
小次郎、突破口は見えるな。はっ。
Alright, you seen that? Oh, he starts off with Berserk mode. Lovely.
右目よ、竜が道を誤らぬよう、しかと目を開けよ。
見せろ小次郎、お前が選択した答えを。
なんという気合い。目をそらすな。一瞬の火花を焼き付けろ。この小十郎の胸から獣は消えた。残った ただひたすらな誓いのみを食わせてもらうぜ。残りわずかな勝負の時を。
愛も変わらぬ勝ち筋だぜ。
それも荒ぶる竜にはかないますまい。進む覚悟はあるのか。たとえ何を切ろうと。許さなくていい。俺にできるのはこれだ。真剣勝負よ。限りあるこの命を削り取れ。最後まで闇も曲がりもしねえ。それだけだ。もはや左手で刃を取らぬ理由もねえ。伊達軍に諦めた奴はいなかった。
どうした？火の粉は早めに払うのがお前だろ。
御意。今すぐ消し止めてご覧に入れる。復活の虎、タケルは出場。
There you go.
俺の歩んだ道か。まあまあの長さだな。
先は一人で進めと。そういうのか。
Tarakasu.
真田法を準備せよ。本田忠勝を打ち倒せ。撃て。
Tarakasu Toyota. The grind to rank 20 in Basara 1 is insane. One conquest will run barely get to 10 without EXP boost time.
最終兵器を使うほかなし。我らが最終兵器、熱血天発砲準備。
Mitsubishi Ishida.
家康様こそ明日に光をもたらすお方。
悲願はしておいた。あとは勝つだけだ。
必ずや。若造ども、わしを甲斐の虎と知って向かってくるか。立ち上がれ。主の真を裏切ってはならぬ。
親方様の騎馬さばき、あれは真似できねえよ。
帰ったら絵日記に書いとこ。拙者もあのような活躍をしたいのだがな。払い飛ばすな。起動装置選挙。熱血重点、あらん限りに注ぎ込め。行くぞ。指示を聞き逃すなよ。
できることなら語りの場を持ちたかったな。頼んだぞ。いつも通りに展開すればいい。
怖くてたまらねえのに心が躍る。
みんな、足並みを乱さなければ問題はない。
この勢いで 天下まで参りましょうぞ。
やはり
Hurry, hurry.
お前を止めるべきはわしのようだ。
わざわざ竜の餌食になりに来たってのか。暇だねあんたも。
押されてる。俺たち押されてるぜ。
戦を動かすのは兵の数にあらず一人の猛者。
もとより犠牲なしで進めるとは考えていない。
おめえら先に行った奴らに笑われるぜ。
あの気迫、俺が赤く燃えているようだ。
Drop meteors.
震えてはいない。よし、いい気合だ。
お任せくだされ。熱血後わずか。林のごとく、火のごとく、山のごとく。お主、気合だけでは勝てん。獅子ならぬ猛虎の粉塵。とくと見よう。腕はさほどなまっとらんようじゃ。今の状態ちょっとまずいかも。
見物となるか、それともその瀬戸際か。
大将が突破した。一緒に駆け抜けろ。俺たち孤立無縁。
不利になったらすぐにわしに伝えてくれ。
俺たちは凡人。大将が特別なんだって。拙者の応援が功を奏したのか。
Destroyed.
熱血天破絶法準備完了。熱血砲撃。てー。
That takes him out.
共に太平を支えてくれると誓ったろう。二つの力を待って。
Yeah, I've seen your cutscene before.
それ
Let's
し
get
ね
this over with.
この絆と葵の門は破れない。
お主の夢じっくりと聞かせてもらおうぞ。
これまでに殴った数は忘れてない。本当だ。この拳を恐れぬ者からかかってこい。戦国最強の魂、今もこの胸に宿っているぞ。 ヤ様とこの世のために消えねばならない命がそんな断りに縛られぬようにわしがする。誰よりも見続けてきた英雄たちの姿。信長公、秀吉殿、あなた方のその先へ。避けなくていい。
Brandon, do we have to fight Mitsunari as well after this? Didn't expect this to be this long, by the way.
押し付けがましいか？否定はできないな。その信念、わしの元まで届かせてみろ。
I hope not, yeah.
残念だったな。わしの目は冴えている。願わくば導いてくれ。
This should be the regular Osaka Dragon Summer with Tokugawa and Date.
あんたは何を天下の先へと運ぶ。
I'm gonna defeat you, Masamune. This is for making the stream. This is for prolonging the stream. I should have finished it by now. And take a sleep. No, but you just want to prolong my stream. Okay, I'll play with you.
なぜ負けてまで戦うか。俺が竜だからさ。見印をちょうだいつかまず。バカで出んない。
復活の虎、タケルは出場。
随分といい顔で笑うじゃねえか。あんた。 少しは楽しませてくれるんだろ。わずかなリベンジの目も残しはしねえ。どうした？まだカードはあるんだろ。 諦めるほど追い詰められてもいないんだけど。示してみせろ。立ちふさがるあんたは何者だ。これにてリミットだ。さあどうする？ ここで引き返したあの時の俺だ。小次郎、俺は誇れるか。いただく。
わしがなすべきただ一つ。 熱き魂の宿りし一撃、ひたすらに放つべし。共に朽ち果て荼毘に伏すまで。
Hopefully this finished the game. I don't want to fight another stage right now. I'm already tired. Just give up, Mitsunari. Shingen won the battle. Or Shingen won the war. Shingen officially is the ruler of Japan now. Ah, finally. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, that's enough for tonight. Woo, that was a really fun stream. I hope you enjoy this playthrough of Takeda Shingen and also a long story time with Profar in the evening. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching the stream. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, what are you waiting for? Subscribe to this channel. It's absolutely free. Don't forget to give this stream a like if you enjoyed this stream. If you want to hang out with the boys and myself, Discord is always open. Join the Profar Mokori Hunter X Discord server. I'm trying to finish Sengoku Basara 3 before I eventually go to Mortal Kombat 1 because I can't wait to play that game, and hopefully I can run that game as well. So yeah, thank you so much guys for watching. This is probably the fun, like the most fun I had on a stream, especially a Basara stream, and I really thank you all for that, for this lovely evening. So yeah, until next time, I'll see you guys. Goodbye.